All right, let's see if this thing is working. I'm literally listening to a podcast at the same time. This is going to be interesting. I might have to pause that because it's getting too ridiculous. Let's see here. See if it's working. Looks like it might be. Looks like it might be. And we're live. All right, cool. Hang on a second. I'm going to stop. What's crazy is we finally got YouTube Premium. My wife got it, and it's basically it still plays when I shut off my phone. Like when I lock the window, it keeps playing, which is awesome. But I'm so used to just like hitting the window button, and then it just turns off in my ears. But it keeps going. So anyway, it's good. Gage, hi, hello. So all right, let's get to the drone practice part of this thing. I got a whole bunch of stuff to do tonight, so I'm just trying to keep up with this schedule, be consistent. On Friday, we're going to meet up with some people for dinner, so I might be either late or early with the drone practice on Friday. So it is, all right, hour and 5 minutes to go. Got some things going on. Do you have fiberglass outside? Do you fiberglass the outside of your 3D printed droid parts or just the inside? Just the inside. And yeah, the outside I don't bother fiberglassing at all. Only the interior. That's all it really needs. Hang on a second. Let me get my controller plugged in. Power on. Uh-oh. My thing hung for a second there. I started to charge this. I almost forgot today was drone day, so I only charged this for about 10 minutes beforehand, so hopefully it doesn't start beeping. Yeah, I only fiberglass the inside, and I don't even do all of the parts. I do some of the parts. I'll do like big pieces of the torso, maybe legs. On my arms, my last set of arms, I just had printed. I did one little fiberglass fix at one point. It got broken in shipping. Like something happened to it. I think it was something that would have probably broken even a fiberglass part. So I had a little fiberglass patch on the inside of the elbow. My new 3D printed arms have fiberglass in the elbow part, which it probably doesn't need it, but I just did it anyway just to give it an extra boost. The shorts that I just made, I will not have any fiberglass in those at all. They're just going to be printed. I did a little kind of like a flexibility test today. I show it. I took a video I'll post here in a little bit, but I just was trying to force it to see how far it would go before it cracked. And I was able to finally get it to break, but I had to push it so far. And then I just fixed it with a soldering iron, and you can't even tell that it's broken. It looks totally fine. But I show in the video how much flex there is on the PETG parts. The thing is, if you print a part too thick, it's less flexible. But if you print it thin, that's got some flex to it. So certain things, like the shorts or the arms, if you print it nice and thin and it gets binged around or pushed, it shouldn't break. It should actually give a little. If you print it in PETG. PETG is really sturdy. Let me see here. Scene. There's my drone simulator. All right. Single player. Where did I go yesterday? Last time I was here, I went to some level that's pretty fun. Coastal. Let's try Coastal. We're just gonna goof around for an hour a day while this thing goes anyway, and that should be cool. Oh, there it goes. All right, we'll fly around Coastal for a bit, and then we will go to maybe one of the other spots. Oh my God, bouncing off the ground. It's interesting when you first get on here how different it feels. What's crazy too is just like how much better I've gotten at like getting around these boards and not crashing. Oh, it's so dark. It's so weird. See how it was like it's like totally black inside? I feel like I changed some setting and the shadows are just completely black now. So if I go in a dark area, that there's no like ambient light in there helping me out. That is not good. Oh, whoop, I guess I'm going up. And then back down here. This board is kind of crazy because the board itself is really big, which means that to get from object to object is kind of takes longer, and there's a lot more room to kind of correct yourself too. It's not such kind of like tight spaces to work around. Oh, I don't know what I just hit there. Let's go back to shore and look at the what's on the beach over here. I mean, look at this. I'm going full blast, and look how far away this stuff is. It's pretty far away. It's like a long trip just to get back into town. Mysterio 3D. Which parts are you printing? Are you doing 3PO parts or just some kind of costume parts in general? Just curiosity. I think when I did the droid for Jedi Temple Challenge, I fiberglassed the insides of the legs, just one layer of fiberglass, and I use epoxy resin when I can. Polyester resin works fine. Polyester, you know, like what you get at like the hardware store, but the epoxy is stronger, so you can just do just like one single pass. Also, if you're using if you're using epoxy, you don't want to use fiberglass chopped matte with epoxy. You only want to use polyester with chopped matte. If you're using epoxy, you want to use the fabric, the woven stuff. How dark that is! Like seriously, all the shadow sides are completely black. I must have switched something off in my settings. It looks so weird. I swear it sounds like there's a helicopter above my house. I think that maybe there is. Hang on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Nope, no helicopter. It's the washing machine is on a spin cycle and it's just going freaking bananas in there. Oh. All right, let's see here. Back to the beach. Wanted to check out that boat too. Look how far away everything is. Yeah, I must have changed something. Those shadows in the interior are so dark. So dark. And I don't like it. Yeah, and I apologize too if there's a delay because like when I watch on my screen over there what I'm at, it is, let's see how many seconds behind it is. It is, let me wave my hand here, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. I'm like right there. I'm about 20 seconds, 25 seconds ahead of what you guys are seeing. So if you write something, you got to wait probably at least 30 seconds before I see it. And then probably another 30 seconds ish before you get a response. So be patient with me because maybe like a minute before my response gets out to you guys. But I am trying to watch it as quick as I can here. All right, back to town. Boy, this one's a long time. I need to find one of these tracks that starts over this way because look, I'm just flying full speed. What is up here? Let's explore the top of this thing here. Oh, dang it. Back to the boat again. All right, that's not cool. Didn't mean to crash right away. Oh, boom, boom. Oh, boom, boom. Sounds like a phone is ringing up there. Chuck McGee, have you ever met Anthony Daniels? Curious. Yes, I've met him several times. Last time, I actually got to talk to him for a few minutes at Star Wars Celebration in... Hold on a second. My wife is doing something upstairs. She's got her phone on. At Star Wars Celebration. You know what? I'll pull it up here. I'm going to... So you can see it. There's a video where... oh my God, why can't I think of his last name? Anthony Carboni, that was working for Lucasfilm on the Star Wars show. Anthony Carboni and Anthony Daniels would do like a little show together. And at Star Wars Celebration last time, they were gonna do. They kind of had like a sketch thing planned out, and they had like a sketch planned out where basically Anthony Carboni was going to make fun of Anthony Daniels for, you know, oh, you didn't really have to do that much in the movies, you know, you didn't get to see your face and all this. And, you know, Anthony Daniels was going to be offended and be like, oh, you think it's so easy? Well, let's see how you handle it. And we had the C-3PO parts to put on Anthony Carboni. So I made a C-3PO helmet, and then he used my hands for my costume, and we had some other stuff planned to kind of like, it was like a cheap Amazon C-3PO like soft costume. Hang on one second. Hold on one second here. Hold on. It's like a soft costume. Give me one moment here. Alright. Okay, I'm back, guys. Just crashed out here. Before that sketch, Anthony Carboni was on stage, and he was, talking about whatever was up beforehand, and then he brought out Anthony Daniels. Well, while Anthony Daniels was waiting to come out on stage, it was just he and I hanging out back behind stage, waiting to come out. And so we got to chat the whole time he was back there. And I met him before that a couple times, and he's always been very nice to me. I've heard very mixed things about people's experiences with him, but he was really cool to me. And when I was back there this time, I had the 3PO head, I had the whole box of parts, and he looked at the head, and I'd done like an accurate head with just like quick paint and everything. But one of the things I'd done is a set of my eyes that I make for my 3PO costume, and Anthony Daniels put it up to his face, and he's looking at it, and he's kind of examining the inside. And I told him, I was like, oh, these eyes, this is what I did. And I showed him my design, and he was like, really? He's very impressed, and he's like, we need to talk after this. And they called him out on stage, and then I got to go out there and then with Anthony Daniels help suit up Anthony Carboni on stage, which was pretty fun. But afterwards, he got my phone number, and I don't think he's ever called, but I do get some weird numbers sometimes that I don't pick up, so hopefully it wasn't him trying to get hold of me. But he wanted to have my info to talk about the eyes, with maybe if they put him back in a suit again so he could try them. So whether he remembers or not, I don't know. But I was flattered that he took my number down. That was pretty cool. And then the time before that, I got to talk to him briefly, was at Star Wars Celebration in 2015. He came by the Sandcrawler set that we built early in the morning and took photos before the convention opened, and we took Michael McMaster and I took photos with him and stuff. And it was the same thing. I had my 3PO head there because I heard he was making the rounds, so I wanted my 3PO in the picture in some way, and didn't have time to put on the whole costume. But I had the helmet. This was my earlier version, so very similar helmet to the one I made for Anthony Carboni, but I didn't have like my cool eyes and stuff. And what was cool is that helmet is related to the very first one he wears in the films. It's like actually the cast from the one used in the Sandcrawler scene. So when they buy the droids, and the one in the Tantive 4 when they're the very opening shots. Did you hear that? Will be destroyed for sure. They've shut down the main reactor. That whole part is that helmet is, my face is copied off of that helmet. And I was telling him that, and he was like, oh my gosh, it was cool to see him like kind of examine it, because there are so many differences in the heads between New Hope and then Empire. They changed quite a bit. Not quite a bit. It's not super noticeable visually, but the way it goes together and everything. And then before that, I met him in 2012, and it was the first time I was going to wear my 3PO costume. First time I had worn my 3PO costume, and he was doing autographs. We went back there, and he's like, I guess he said, "Oh, wait out there." There's like a big line for the autographs, and he wanted me to like wait for a minute so he could come out to see me. And I waited, and he just was taking forever. And I'd been in the suit for a few hours at that point. It was my first time wearing it, and I was in there for like probably over 2 hours at this point. And what was he gonna say? So I was like, okay, I got to get back, because we're at the other side of the convention hall, and just going anywhere in the costume, a lot of people want to stop for photos. So I was like, okay, it's gonna take a long time to get back to the changing area. I better just go. And then at the end of the day, I was walking by, and he was sitting at the table with like probably his manager or something. And I walked up, and he kind of like looked at me like, "Oh, who's this guy?" And I was like, "Hey, I was here earlier with the 3PO costume," which is technically like just a protocol droid costume. It was silver, not gold yet. And he's like, "Oh," he's like, "I came out to see you, but you had already left." And so I talked to him for a minute then, and he was real nice. Then I don't think that he remembered me at all between the times that I saw him, which I wouldn't expect. He talks to lots and lots of people, but it was still fun. I had a good time every time. It was great. And can I make it through the rail? Oh, not quite. Not quite. And then what did I put for my picture for this one? I've been meaning to like tell a story about whatever photo I put up, but I can't remember which one I put on this one. I think it was one from Korea. When I went to South Korea a few years ago, we went to the demilitarized zone in between North and South Korea, and they had like this statues of the Korean soldiers. And I took that photo over there. And that was an interesting trip, because it was to be like with a focus group for Samsung for their Darth Vader little vacuum cleaners that look like Roombas. And I got to be on the little panel of people that kind of like helped steer the design of that, which is kind of cool. I didn't do anything special. It was just like they got a bunch of us that were like in different age groups, like late teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and they got like a few of us. It might have been a couple more, and they had all these different styles Samsung vacuum cleaners that they were going to produce that were Star Wars themed, and they wanted our opinions on the designs. So we went over, they had a whole bunch. We looked at them all and critiqued them, and we liked this, we didn't like that. They had some samples, and this was in Santa Monica. And the guy who came over from Samsung was like, "Oh, well, I really like all your questions. I'd love for you to talk to our engineers back at the Samsung headquarters in Korea." And we're like, okay, I mean, sounds awesome, but I didn't really think it was going to happen. Just seemed like ridiculous. Like, are they going to bring us to Korea? And then sure enough, like a week later, the place wrote us like, "Okay, we need your passport information." And they got all our information, and sure enough, they flew us to Korea to go to the Samsung factory to see the new vacuum cleaners, and they'd already done new designs based on our markups. It's kind of crazy how much, you know, they could. It was like it looked like a production model thing when we saw it. It was that far along, and we gave some more critiques, and then they put out a couple versions. I think they did Darth Vader and the TFA stormtroopers, I think. They did like the TFA stormtroopers, which was pretty cool. I got the Darth Vader one. They sent me one, a sample, I guess, for all my trouble, and that was pretty neat. But it was cool to go to Korea. It was a really short trip, and most of it was spent like a couple of days doing Samsung stuff and a little tiny bit of touristy stuff. But it was like pretty quick turnaround. But it was neat to go there. It was real cool, and I got to see North Korea from the wall. It's funny, I put the video up of the demilitarized zone where from South Korea you can look across this big area into North Korea, and it was demonetized by YouTube for some reason. There's nothing, I don't know why, but I guess because it says something about North Korea, they demonetized my video. What was really interesting there is that they blast over this pop music, all this pop and rock music or whatever from South Korea. They play it really loud so that the people in North Korea can hear it, because it's like the sound of freedom, and that's it's kind of interesting, like trolling at a massive level. But it's pretty nuts because you're driving up there, and then there's all these woods, and there's fences along the roads as you drive up to the viewpoint where you can see across to North Korea. And there's apparently the woods are full of mines and stuff, so there's signs everywhere, like, landmines, and you're not supposed to go walk around back there. And when you're looking across, South Korea is really green and pretty. There's trees everywhere. It's kind of mountains a little bit, and there's trees and stuff. But across the way, all the trees are gone. It's like every tree has been taken down. It's all just barren and brown. It's not luscious and green over there. It's weird. Just look right across. Like, I don't know what the distance is. It's a couple miles or so, but it's like across the way, no trees left. They cut them all down. Apparently, they use them to heat their homes and stuff in the winter, and or to cook or whatever. But it's kind of stark difference. Oop. All right, I'm gonna keep flying through here until I crash again. Then we'll go to the other shipping port. This one is too dark. I don't like the contrast. It's so dark. I gotta fix it. I really don't know what the deal is. All right, let's switch tracks here. Let's go somewhere else. Check it out. All right, change track. Coastal is what we're at now. I think last time I flew around the shipping yard in Bando a bunch. Apocalypse is, I think, still my favorite, but I'm trying to mix it up here. Karting track. This one's cool, but I haven't done it a ton of times, and I feel like every time I go here, I crash a bunch, and I don't have a fun time. But maybe, oh no, I'm thinking of indoor. There's an indoor kart track. Let's check this one out. I'm gonna fly around this one. Let's see if I can keep up with the track. This might be actually good practice. You see, this kind of thing is like, maybe it is good for me to do this one more. I feel like the outdoor track is a little not quite as crazy. The indoor track is the one that is real tricky to do. This one, there's no roof to run into, so it's a little more forgiving. It would be cool if there were some go-karts driving around. I think there's one of the expansion packs for this game, or for this simulator. This game. It's not a game, it's a simulator. I think one of the expansion packs has things here. Ooh, don't crash. What else? It's the edge of the world there. This is that same building from the shipyard, isn't it? It is. Look at that. Oh, out of range, even though I'm above this building. Okay, let's do it. Look around. And I guess it's got these cool, oops, that I can't fly through because I'm an idiot. It's got these cool little track here. This is kind of fun if I knew what they do. It's pretty good design. I like when they got the dots to show you where the next thing you gotta go through is, because some of them don't have any indicators until you're flying, and then you can see the it gives you like a little arrow where the next gate is, but you just physically can't see it. Oh, I just flew it too high. Alright, this track is, again, could be cool if there was some carts to deal with, but there's not, so I like these gates. They're kind of like close to the ground kind of gates are cool. Because you get nervous about flying low, like you're going to catch them. And that ain't good. Alright. Oh my god. Alright, let's get out of this one. This one's boring. Let's go to the indoor. Oops, not quad settings. Let's go to change track. Karting track. We're going to go into the indoor go-kart. This is the one that I was doing terribly at. Let's just get this random. I don't know which tracks are which, so we're just going to grab random ones and go for it. Yeah, this is the same thing. It's so dark inside. The black's like really, really, really black, and it's too dark. I can barely see what I'm doing. I mean, oh Jesus. You got all these tunnels and stuff. That's kind of fun. If I could see better, this might be fun. It just looks so dark. Hang on, let me see if there's something that I've done here to mess with my settings. Brightness. Let's turn this. Look at that. I mean, massive difference. That one little thing. Was that the change here? Did I just do that? Brightness too. Oh wait, lookup table, normal, vibrance. Maybe I bumped one of these things last time. So I feel like the brightness should be at 0. Let me put this back at 0 here and see how it looks with these different. It looks so dark, right? Is it supposed to be a 0 or 1? Just I'll just go to 1. It's crazy. This is crazy. I'm gonna go all the way to 2. It was at 0 before, so and double that. Look at all these different LUTs here. All right, I'm going back to default because, oops, I went past it, didn't I? Blockbuster, normal, high contrast. Oh god. All right. Alright, can I see better now? It's like now the bright stuff is super hot and bright, and now the interior I can actually at least sort of see what's going on now. Makes it a little more fun because I have stuff to dodge. Oh gosh, didn't make it through the tunnel. What else has been going on this week? Yesterday I went and got my teeth cast for something that's coming up. I'm gonna make some demon teeth for me. So they did new teeth casting, and I had some done like 2 years ago probably, but since I got them, I got my wisdom teeth taken out. So every time people make me teeth, they don't fit quite right. They fit, but it's just like a little bit off. So I got my teeth cast yesterday, and the guy that did it has done Gary Archer, I think his name. He has done so many freaking famous people's teeth. It was nuts, because on the shelves in there, it's just got boxes and boxes of teeth molds from like all these celebrities, and they're all labeled with their names on there. It's like just so many. There are like tons of people you like, oh, this is who did this, and they keep them there because what that guy does is he takes the castings and he keeps them on file. So he charges for the casting, but he keeps the mold. So anytime any of those actors need a set of, fake teeth or whatever, they can just go to his little archive and go get a casting of the teeth and supply it to whatever effect shop is doing stuff. But they had like everybody, like Jared Leto, Danny DeVito, Robin Williams. It's crazy because they had multiple sets of Robin Williams teeth, because the guy's been doing this for like decades. So, I mean, everybody, so many famous people, it was crazy. And then like so many famous people that I was trying to think what movies they even had fake teeth in. But it was really cool to see, and pretty stoked that, you know, my box of my teeth is going to be up in that pile with all these other people, which is neat in a way, in a vain kind of way, but still fun. All right, here we go. Here we go. Up and over. Oh. This track is definitely more fun when you can see more like this, because before I couldn't see a damn thing. Well, it's easy to crash into the ceiling in here. I think as I get better, I'm crashing a lot still, obviously, but I'm getting better at controlling my vertical space as I maneuver around. Oh my God. I got to look again next time and see how many hours I've put in total now. I think I'd figured out based on the previous track, and I put in, I average about an hour at a time every time I log on to do this. I try to set the alarm for an hour. I know that I probably goof around and switch tracks for a few minutes of that hour, so actual flight time is probably an hour or under per session every other day. And yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so also I got my teeth cast and then went for a run at Fryman Canyon, 3.5 miles or so. It was nice. And then I went and picked up some resin so I can do castings of my canisters like I made for the cantina at Oga's Cantina. And that was not cheap. The resin prices have gone up like $25. So I'm gonna have to raise the prices of my parts that I usually sell, which I don't want to do, but the resin cost went up literally 25% since the last time I bought some. So I gotta raise the prices. But I'm gonna make a batch. I was gonna start them today, but I started sanding those 3PO shorts that I was working on, and I did some 3D work on another project that I'm doing, and got some stuff printing, and it's a basic, long, boring day. Look at this, dude. Well, the go-kart track's pretty fun. Oh. Look at that. They put the stupid gate off to the side. All right, this one's fun, but I'm going to swap it up here and see what the other one is. Let's see. Change track. Indoor go-kart. Free fun. Empty Pie World. Empty Scene Day. Empty Scene Night. Both of those sound terrible. Football Stadium. Future Hangar. Future Hangar, it looks like it would be cool, but it's really small and not fun. Industrial Wasteland I like, but I've been there a bunch of times. Large Car Park. Let's check this one out. I think it's just like I think this is literally like a big parking garage. If I remember, yeah, it's a big parking garage. I wonder if it keeps my settings. Oh shoot! There goes Velocidrone. I just closed it by accident. All right, we're gonna boot it back up here. Now, the Velocidrone app takes it loads slowly for some reason. It just takes forever. So sorry about that, guys. So lame. Oh my god. Yeah, cool times. Like I said, I had done the shorts today. I did stress tests on the PETG just to kind of see how far they go before they cracked, and I ended up getting it to crack at there's like a seam on the inside of the leg where where the printer kind of like, as it turns, it stops to move up to the next layer. And I have my retraction set a little too high, so it makes a thin spot. And where it flexed really hard was right on that thin spot, caused a crack somewhere else. Again, I fixed them, so it's good. But I do a demo. I put a video up, or I'll put the video up where I am squishing and stretching the legs, and it really holds up well. So you can see I'm confident to use them. All right, car park. There we go. Car park. There we go. All right, let's see if I can do this now. Oh, let me switch back over to the game scene. And there it is. All right, it took a minute. And let's go explore. I wonder if there's anything in here, but it's just like a bunch of, oh my God. It's funny because I feel like the drones, in some boards, the drones just feel like it flies totally different than other boards. Look at this. This is the electric charging station level with all the lights. Really low ceilings. All right, I got to be careful in here. This is one that, I mean, geez, dude. It feels so fast. I don't know if it's because the ceiling is so low or what. This one is hard to fly. Oh. Oh my God. Also, like, there's a ramp. Oh my God. If I can get to the ramp without crashing out, it'd be nice. Okay, let's explore. Right into a pole. See what I don't know if anybody was here the other day, and I was commenting how one of the other boards I was crashing so much, and I wasn't getting crashed out, like where it would start me over. This is nuts. Like, it feels like it's going so fast. I just have to figure out where the ramps are. Oh my God. See how fast it's going? Oh, there we go. Okay, there's the ramp. Oh my God. I don't know why it's just zipping. I'm barely pushing there. All right, I gotta go around this way. Oh my God. Immediate crash. All right. Okay, I'm totally lost again. So the ramp is it across the way from me or to my left? When I start here, it's not that way. Oh my God. I mean, barely touching the thing. I wonder if it's got some kind of like dynamics based on being indoors or something that are different. Oh my God, there we go. I just have to figure out where I'm at in this board. This one's really hard to do. Nope. Again, immediate crashes. It just starts flying really fast. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Cool. That was good. You guys hear that?
Seriously?
Oh, there's the sign. So here we go. It says out, right? Where was that sign? Man, I don't know where I'm at in this stupid garage. And okay. I gotta go back up. I kind of like been not working on my cool wall upstairs, but I'm gonna move this stuff up. I might move it tonight and just deal with it not being totally finished up. This board is super difficult to fly in, so I might have to get out of this thing in a second because I cannot figure out where I'm going, and I keep crashing worse than ever. Okay, I saw a sign. Is it behind me? Oh, it's behind me. I see what I'm doing. Sorry guys, I'm like, where am I going? Look at that. Okay, so I basically got to turn around and go up. That's why I couldn't find the ramp, because it's right behind me. Holy crap, it's so dark in here. Oh my God. How many levels can I go up? Can I go up to the street, go out to the city or something? That would be, oh my God. Oh my God, oh, one more level up. All right, well, at least I know that's where I'm going. Let's turn around. Holy cow, this is tricky. Oh my God. Okay, turn around. And up. To the left. Oh, geez. Okay, so we go up. I just have to remember where. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. This is probably hard as all get out to watch here. Get up to the left. Crash me. I'm getting out of this. Can't do it. Can't do it. This is not fun. I got to get a little mini whoop or something, I think, for this. It's a little bit slower and easier to control. Change track. Large car park. Terrible. Countryside. Dynamic. Polyworld. Can't remember what this one is. I feel like I didn't like this one. There's a lot of tracks here, so let's see what they did. Oh, this thing. Oh my God. Wow, there we go. So, you see that? I just crashed. All I did was take off. And immediately, oh, you start at the top of this big tower. Look at this tower. That's kind of cool. I wonder if all the tracks are super different or something. Let's see here. Crashed out. Let me see. Did I get an email just now? Sorry, got a thing. There's trying to get on a show, and they keep sending these casting things, and it's like, I don't know what the deal is. Let me see here. Did I get this one the same day? I didn't. It's so weird. A friend sent this to me, so it's one of these things where I got it's like I've sent the same email so many times that they're probably sick of seeing me, but for whatever reason, they're just like, nope. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Gotta do this real quick, or I'm gonna fail miserably. This is what my life is like during the day. I got all these stupid things, and you never know what's gonna work. And sometimes they pick you for things, sometimes they don't. And here we go. We'll see. Oops. Because you never know. And out of the way, and we're set. Okay, back to it now. Back to the game. We're gonna go fly around. Sorry about that. Sudden interruptions. Alright, this world is humongous. Look at all this stuff. This actually might be a fun world, but I think last time I was here, the track did not look like this. It was not so open. And look how, like, oops, as soon as I'm about to say, look at how awesome. Sal Martin Gomez, hello. Neil, howdy. All right. Got some people to join. Sorry for the brief interruption there. I had to make a quick email. Sometimes these things, you got to send them off quick because when they're doing casting for stuff, they pick people quickly, and sometimes there'll be like a lot of submissions, really short window, and you never know who they're gonna grab first. So sometimes just getting in there sooner is better. There are a lot of times when there are things that I'm like, I'm a perfect fit for this, but they just don't pick you, which happens all the time. But when you see the receiving end of that, the amount of submissions they might get for a post, and they're like, hey, here's the role, they might get like hundreds of submissions in 30 minutes, and in the first 15 minutes they might get everybody they need, and then all the other ones just are kind of like in the wastebasket. You never hear anything. So It's a little bit crazy. A little crazy. So how was the drive into town today, Neil? I was in town yesterday for a bit, but I went over to Thousand Oaks, got my teeth cast, and then I went to Fryman Canyon to run for maybe 40 minutes or something. Did like a hike / run, and then I went to the Smooth On distributor over at Reynolds, over by in Burbank by the airport. Picked up some resin. Boy, this building is tall. So this dynamic polyworld, I'm really curious to see if this is like a specific building that's for this one. Let's just look here. Let's change tracks here. This is what I'm on. Let's do this one and see if it's the same, if it looks the same, or if it's crazy. Is this it? Am I just falling here? Oh wow, yeah, it looks totally different. This is cool. Okay, so this one's kind of fun because it's, I guess depending on which one you pick. Yeah, this one looks very dark like the other one did too. It's too dark, but it looks like a fun one. I wonder how they get to make these courses, if someone's building these and they can upload them, or is this like, you know, like a user created course, or is this something that they do at the game developer, software developer I should say. I keep saying game, but it's a simulator. It's not a game, it's a simulator. Definitely not a game. Not bad today. Got a little traffic coming in, but still on time. That's always good. Do they freak out if you're late, or is your job very time sensitive with that, or is it kind of loosey goosey toward the beginning of the day there? Change track. Let's go to another one of these, which I didn't do before. Bonner's Hollywood Special. This might have been the one I did before. Let's go to this one. Jumanji. Okay. Okay. Boy, this one is different every time. Wow, this is cool. Okay, so the first time I came here, it was not nearly as interesting as these guys. So I feel like this is kind of fun. There's a bunch of weird stuff everywhere. Like King Kong gates there. Trying to stop at Costco to get gas. Might get Costco traffic. Yeah. Oh my God, Costco gas is. We have a Costco card over there on. We have the one on. I don't know where yours is. I go to the one on J, and it is so busy, man. The gas station there is so busy. I've never bought gas there because every time I go by it, I'm just like, nah. I'll just pay a couple extra bucks because I can't stop. This is too many cars. Too many cars. See, I'm getting my transmitter battery low thing, which will do it for like 30 minutes. And it'll probably still be fine when I get out of here. But it gives me an alert. I bet there's a way to change the settings so it doesn't do it so early, because it's like, it's 4.9 volts. I bet if I'm out flying somewhere and the battery starts to get low, I wonder if it affects how the signal is received or transmitted, I should say. If the transmission's getting weak, does it drop off, or does it just like go away when you're sending a transmission to the drone? I don't know. I know with the Storm Drone 6, when the battery started to get low, the drone would like be noticeably different, whereas like the DJI drones, I don't notice a difference as the battery gets low. I think it tries to get you to return before the battery starts acting like it's not going to hold the drone up in the air anymore, which Storm Drone 6 would just like, the drone would start not having enough power to stay in the air, and that was sketchy. Matters what is happening. For the most part, I can make my own schedule. That's pretty cool. I mean, I get it if you like got to be there, they're going to shoot, and you got to be there in time. I totally get that, but I don't know, do the students get a key to the place? You know, if they're set up to shoot on a sound stage, do they get a key to the stage, like when their name is on it, I guess, for a little bit? Which one is this? Jumanji? Oh, dang it. Okay, let's go check out another one of these. Change track. Oh my god, look at all these. Halloween special. Cool, let's try this. And go. Oh, it's still swapping up. There it goes. Ooh, look at this. So this one is, yeah, this one looks boring. It said Halloween special, but sort of lame. The last one was way cooler. Oh my god, it's so dark in here. And back through this way. Cool. I guess this one's okay. I'm gonna swap. This one's not that great. Change tracks. I didn't realize this open poly world was so different every time. Look at this. Okay, poly freestyle. Let's see what that is. Maybe I got lucky. Oh, look at it. Just whoa, my God! Look at this. That's kind of awesome. Okay, I got to figure out how they build these tracks because it makes me want to just go in there, design one, and set it up in here. This is cool. Whoa, oh my god. Okay, you guys saw how much I've just crashed into stuff just now, and then the, like that, I was bumping into everything. If I did that in that parking garage level, I would just be out immediately. Alright, let's check this building out. Oh my god. Yeah, it's kind of nice if you can make your own schedule. I like if I can be in town. If I don't have to be anywhere till 10, it's great. That whole morning drive thing is not fun. If I could avoid it, I like it. Or I could just go really, really early, and that's fine too. Oh my god. How am I not crashed out? Again, parking garage level would have been crashed out so bad. Oh, look at this building over here. Oh my god, there's a lot of stuff. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. Alright, let's try another one here. Students regularly demonstrate that they are not responsible enough to give keys to. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. You don't want a bunch of delinquents having the keys to a bunch of really expensive equipment. On the soundstage, do they keep like a? I'm assuming they would keep all the like the lighting gear and cameras and stuff. It's some like rental or like library kind of checkout place where you can check out the equipment. Do they live on the stages when they're set up for a shoot, or do they have to like pick everything up every night and bring it back? I have to be there for classes. Do you teach as well, or is it just part of the like managing the things to make sure that they have what they need? Oh, all right. We're gonna try a different one. This is kind of cool though. Change track. Oh my god, look at all these. We'll go to the very bottom. Welcome to the jungle. Boner Street League Church. Okay, let's try this one. This is interesting. Oh my god, what is this? I mean, oh wow, okay. This one's crazy. Feels like the beginning when you go to like THX and have these fly through all the numbers. Oh my god, this one's ridiculous. Wow. Oh, they really did make like a giant church. This is crazy. Wow, this is a cool looking level. This one also looks very dark though. I wonder if I have to, let me see something. Let me just see if I can. Oh, see that? The brightness is back down to 0. Turn this back up to 1. Okay. And now I might go see what I'm doing. The stage stuff lives there. Lock away the expensive stuff like cameras and such. Don't technically teach, but I can't stand to watch people flounder, so I always end up teaching. They should give you a bonus for that. Like here's some extra money for not letting the kids flounder around. I kind of feel the same way. It's hard to watch people try to do a thing, and if I can see what's happening wrong, and I don't want to be like that guy, but sometimes it's difficult. I feel like that with the on Facebook groups like the C3PO builder group, and a lot of people are doing things on there. I'm like, maybe do it this way, and I feel like it comes off harsh. Like every time I come on, I'm just like telling people what to do. But I also don't want to see people waste a ton of time. If I could help them, figure something out faster, usually based on mistakes that I already made, then why not? These cauldrons and stuff, look at this board, it's pretty crazy. Oh, I see it didn't crash me out there. Oh, I'm not making that loop. Some teachers also need some help for how things work. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, is the equipment like really modern and up to date, or are they using older stuff, or is that kind of a combination? Do you guys have, is it all like video mostly, or are there film cameras as well? Well, lace level's got a lot of stuff to fly through. Wow. Oh my god, oh my god. Did it crash out? I'm still going. Alright. Yeah, today was like, it's actually a really productive day, which is good. And got a whole bunch planned for tomorrow as well. And if I can keep it going without getting like sleepy. Yesterday, I stayed really busy all day. And I kind of went to bed early. I woke up like 5 in the morning. Actually, I woke up like 3 in the morning. I made myself go back to sleep, and then I woke up again at 5. And I was like, okay, just get up. And I got up, made coffee, did the dishes and stuff, because I left dishes out last night like a dirty butthole. And I started getting set up. I brought out my little Rotocaster from the other side, and I don't know if I told you guys, but I got a what do you call it? Pressure cleaner for my friend. $350 pressure cleaner. It's like a Harbor Freight one, but like a Bauer. It's pretty nice, and it wasn't working, so I fixed it. I don't know if I did that. I don't remember if I did that yesterday. I don't remember what day I did that, but it's fixed now, so I can pressure clean some stuff, which is great because I'm making another mold right now, and being able to pressure clean all the clay out of it is so handy. And without a pressure cleaner, sometimes I'd take it to the car wash and just use the pressure cleaner there for $1, but now I don't have to do that, and I love it. And the part was like $18. Fix it. Combination, we are films, so there are Dragons or Sony Cine stuff. The lights are mostly tungsten units, but we have some LEDs to teach them how they work. That's pretty cool. That is very cool. Do you guys have any like volume walls there yet, or anything like that to work on? So people can start learning Unity and Unreal Engine and all those programs. You get them into that like hybrid world where they're doing the VFX backgrounds live with the real stuff. These things are pretty cool. Look at this. Oh my god, this level is neat, man. Look at all this stuff. Oh, again, I can't believe I haven't crashed out. I keep thinking I'm going to crash, and I just let go of the sticks, and then I'm still flying. Down into the church. Look at how many things there are to fly through here. It's crazy. Oh my god. There's so many places. Meant to say red and Sony cameras. Oh yeah. Do you guys get any discounts from the manufacturers since you're teaching on them? Like any kind of like educational kind of deals or even like loans? I would imagine like some of these camera companies want people shooting on their cameras. Like, yes, teach on our red cameras, or teach on, you know, the Sonys or the Aries or whichever ones. I feel like the companies want to, you know, rope people in early. Like, all right, we have students coming up, let's teach them on our stuff. Or does the school have to purchase them outright and deal with it? We looked at doing LED wall, but it would cost too much for the return received. Maybe in the future. I feel like as they update them, you know, one will come down, they'll put new tech in there, but the old ones are still good. What's crazy, I went to Sydney's the other day, when he gave me the pressure washer, and he got some like prop chair from somewhere, and it was in pieces. But one of the pieces is like, looked really tech. It almost looked like a drone for a second. I was like, what is that? This was like probably like almost 2 feet by 2 feet. Big, it was like a metal thing, had all these brackets and stuff on it. And he's like, I don't know, I think it goes to this chair, and we're looking at it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the back from one of the panels on one of those walls, on an LED wall. They've got like these square brackets, so on two sides there are like latches, and on the other two sides there are the hooks that the latches would hook onto, and in the middle there's a stand that has like 4 in-outs for the signal, so that you can hook up the other TVs off of it, so the signal like runs in and out to the next other 2 screens that are connected to it. But it's just like one random mounting bracket from the screen. I remember when I was working on Star Wars, there were, you know, thousands of them, and I sat behind those things a whole bunch, and I looked up and I was like, this is for an LED wall. And he just had one of them. So I think someone was like clearing out stuff from a set and thought it went to that chair and included it with this auction. So it's just this like the expensive looking piece of hardware just, you know, plopped in with this like prop chair. And it doesn't have the LED on it. It didn't have the screen on it. It looked like the screen attaches to it, but it had all the connectors and everything on the back for the individual screen. But it was crazy. I was pretty proud of myself that I freaking recognized the dumb thing. Usually no discounts, greedy bastards. I mean, it makes sense. Like, if I was one of those companies, I would want students to learn on my equipment, because the students that leave are the ones that are going to be, you know, having some say in the future on sets. And you're like, if they learn on a specific camera that they really like, chances are good that they're going to invest in those or get a production to invest in one. The LED wall itself wasn't too bad. It was more about hiring someone who could teach it and the programs and the computers to run it. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the actual hardware to run it's got to be like pretty beefy, because just the amount of power it takes to run the dang things, it's got to be pretty nuts. Just a lot of electricity going through there. And then, you know, the graphics cards, I'm curious how much it takes up, because each one, the actual pixels on them are like a centimeter apart. You know, they're pretty spread out. So when you see them, it looks, when you look at a giant wall of them, it's a huge amount of resolution. But when you get close, it's not so dense with pixels. It's not like looking at a TV screen or something. It's pretty spread out. It's actually kind of amazing that it looks as good as it does. When you get it, when I would see it, I was like, huh. Hang on a second. Hold on. Yeah, they're filming the new Fallout, and I keep submitting for different roles for it, and like, not even getting anything. When some of them, there's been like 5 or 6 where I'm just like, feel definitely a cutout for, and nothing. And the Cassie people have hired me multiple times for other things, but I just think there's probably too many people submitting right now. The industry's so slow that I feel like maybe like when something goes up, there's probably tons of people trying to get those roles. Oh, these stupid candelabras down here. Oh, I'm upside down. Oh. My God, look at, there's so many things. Look at that. There's like these little loops to fly through. This is a board that I feel like I could explore a lot if I get used to it. It's really dark. It's kind of hard to see. Look at this. I mean, holy cow, guys. This is crazy. Yeah, getting the boards is crazy. And then you got to find, like, there's all this camera tracking tech that goes into, keeping a track of where the camera is within the volume itself. I'm getting like messages galore. I love it. All right, so yeah. Anyway, I'm submitting to this thing like crazy, and just like nothing. Oh, there goes my alarm. All right, there it goes. All right, I'm gonna fly for a couple more minutes here because I kind of had to do an email. So I'm gonna do a couple more minutes, and then I gotta get out of here. Go glue some foam up, paint it so it looks cool. Alright, so this is the big church. Can I go up to the top? I'm going right to the top. Look at that. Will I make it down? I don't think so. Nope. Crash immediately. Yeah, on top of like, you had to get people that can do probably Unreal Engine seems like the one that a lot of people like, but apparently Unity is a really good program to use with those walls. And then there's the one that ILM has. They have their own like custom software for it, which I don't know if it's based on Unity or what, but it looks like Unity. It looks like Unreal Engine, but it's their own deal for the walls. I don't know what makes it better or worse, but I know that the animation software they were using for a long time was based on Maya, but then it was like a really, really modified version of Maya. So if you use Maya, you could get in their software and animate just fine, but it was technically like, I guess, so modified that it had some different name, like an internal name. And maybe this program they use for the volume is kind of based on this same thing, or not based on the same thing, but done the same way, where they took one of the existing programs and modified it. They said they use Unreal Engine as well as their own software, so it was pretty neat because I watched them doing it. It's pretty cool how they could just like whatever wall they weren't shooting on, they would put like a fireball up there, like where the fire was active, so that on this scene it would like the light would work. It look really neat. It was when we were filming like a lot of the Port Borgo stuff at Skeleton Crew, and so like any scenes where the camera's looking this way, back here they would put like fiery ball on the one screen just to kind of give some extra dance in the lighting, and the lighting looked really good just off of the volume. All your reflections look good, and of course they set up like actual lights and stuff too, but so much of the reflectivity and everything in the scene was coming from the volume, which was fun to watch for sure. Alright, I am going to call it since my thing is going off. I'm going to go work, and then Friday I'll be back. In the evening I'm going to dinner with some friends, so it might be either really late or early, but I'll put it up online whenever I figure it out and put in my hour, get my hour of flying around in, and that'll be hopefully good. Alright, thanks for stopping by, kids. And I'll see you all real soon.